Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. It's your girl Tay in the place to be. Let me give a couple of people a chance to fall in. You know how we do this. Let's do it for the one time, for the one time, for the one time. Make sure you make your presence known by hitting that like button. If you are not a subscriber, please become one, friend. Like, please become one, friend. We gonna definitely get into it. I dropped a video this morning. I know y'all seen the title. Hey, Raw Truth. Hey, Jalen. Hey, y'all. Come in, come in, come in. Don't believe the hype. How are you doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You know, Tay about to get into it, so just give me a minute. I'm gonna give a couple of people a chance. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Josephine. How you doing this morning, beautiful? Hey, Aries. Hearts, hearts, and more hearts, hugs, and kisses, baby. Hope everybody is in the best of spirits. If not, hopefully you can catch on and connect to my energy here because the energy is definitely pure. Pure. But yes, we're going to get into it because I'm pretty sure y'all see the title. That's right. Let's chill with Will. Hey, y'all. Yes, Miss Judy. Doing great on this beautiful Wednesday, cooking early and in great spirits. That's what I like to hear. Today is my baby's birthday. He turned 12 at 12. So, you know, Latte has to go off today. It's a celebration. So definitely tap in. K Brown, how you doing? Listen, y'all, I'm about to get into it because the year is definitely yearing. Hey, dreamy girl. Yes, like the year is definitely yearing. Like all these wolves running around in sheep clothing is crazy for me. Like the bad part, this is what we deal with in real life on the everyday basis. You understand? But it's the wolves in sheep's clothing for me. But we're gonna get into it. We're definitely, hey, critical. I'm on my phone, so let me see these comments. Let me see these comments. Hey, realistically speaking, listen, I want to get into it because, see, I'm going to be a little immature and spread a little knowledge at the same damn time. Whoever's here for it, say I, say I. I'm trying to figure out if I want to be a little immature first or if I want to like spread the knowledge first. But the message is definitely in it all together. But I think I'm gonna be a little immature first, so that way the message we can just get to that after. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, everybody coming in. Yes, let's get into it, right? Because I'm pretty sure y'all see the shenanigans that's going on in the YouTube streets, right? This is the reason why Tay stays out of traffic. But the reason I stay out of traffic is because I was always taught if you're not a street person, stay on the sidewalk. Don't dibble and dabble. Do not hop in the street and then run back to the sidewalk. It does not go that way. If you a sidewalker, stay on the sidewalk. Do not play in traffic because when it comes time for your ass to get hit, you're definitely going to feel it. And I see a lot of people feeling it. A lot of people feeling it. Say I don't follow mess, so I couldn't tell you which way or other, which is a blessing. So that's where the lesson comes in at, right? Because if you don't make yourself a part of mess, you do not get messy. And that's what my lesson is here for. That's what my lesson is about here today. People cannot call someone messy, include themselves with messy, and then point the messy in the other direction. If you do not deal with mess, you don't deal with mess at all. So that way you don't become messy. You don't get messy and then say you don't deal with mess, right? No, no. That's not the way it goes. If you're not a messy ass person, you can't be where the mess is at because you're not with that. But if you're a person that is with the mess, likes the mess, and chooses to be a part of the mess, your ass is going to get messy every time. Now, for me, it be about the boys that cry wolf, right? Woo! The boys that cry wolf, because you can't, you example, y'all know that little rail that's going on and it got the sound over, and it be like, I said it's hot on the bottom. If you know something is hot and you still choose to touch it and your ass get burned, who are you blaming if you already knew before you touched it it was hot? So now that's how I feel about these YouTube streets when I hear people calling another person messy, right? Because we're, hey Mikey, where you be messy is where the mess will come. Where the mess is at, if you place yourself in that, then you become a part of that. A lot of people showed who they were through their actions. It had nothing to do with their words because actions do speak louder than words, right? So I don't give a damn what somebody chooses to say. It's not going to relay the same way as your actions, baby. That's what's going to back everything up. That's what people are going to go off of. Get rid of the duds. That's right. Get rid of the damn duds. I like your handle. It goes with the what it is that I'm saying, because the characteristics of the people in here for me, and then the shots that be thrown after be crazy. Because my thing is, if I'm cool with somebody, right? You're not going to even be able to come to me and talk about that person to me. Period, point blank. I don't know where in the land of niggadom, yes, I don't know where that became okay, where people sit and listen to what another person has to say that has to do with negativity, right? And then when something happens, they got all of this grand information to bring out about what another person said. That shows that you was just as messy as that person from the start. You was just as messy as that person from the start. Not only did you include yourself, you got protection and backup, which is receipts. Just would never have to be cleared. Never, never. Not in February 31st would that happen. If you don't put yourself in shit, you don't get shitty. You don't run around smelling, and you don't run around getting the finger pointed at you. But what I hate, right, is for people to know that a certain person already sustains a certain title, right, of messy, right? And everybody claims they're not messy until they're dragged into the mess, right? Meaning, if you, hey, I'm gonna take it back to school. Birds of a feather flock the fuck together. Period, point blank. Everybody is on a different level with their shit. Some people is more out with it. Some people a little undercover with it. Some people just, it's different levels to different shit. But you can't connect yourself to some shit, but then say you're not a part of it. So this situation, right, that I'm using as an example, my title is what my title is because that's what it's been. It's a whole lot of undercover ambers on this line throughout this situation. A whole lot of them. A whole lot of them. It's just that one person has already been given a title. So when shit hits the fan, they always point at the person that has the title. Okay, we know if that's what you saying, that person is messy. Now, mind you, I'm not in traffic. So I'm not on either side of the fence. This is totally Tay's opinion that I'm using as an example. So take it the way how you take it, and hopefully you intake it the way that it's supposed to be meant. Okay, most people will place themselves around somebody that's already dirty when they getting dirty. So when the dirt happens, they already have somebody to throw the dirt on because people already used to that person being dirty. But dirt comes with dirt. And if you place yourself around dirt, that makes you dirty as well. I can't sit in a dirty area if I'm not a dirty person. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot sit in a dirty place if I'm not a dirty person. That's like contradicting myself. Oh, I don't like dirt. I can't deal with dirt, but yet I stay in dirty shit, around dirty shit, in dirty areas, around dirty people. It's starting to seem like the dirt would be me. Like a lot of people in this situation got dirty. And personally speaking, if you was anywhere around the dirty, that made you dirty too. So we're not gonna try to cover up because see, I'ma just be realistic. I live in a different day and time with myself. Okay. Old habits is one thing. New steps is something totally different. If I don't want to be a part of something, I'm not going to even intake it. And you don't even have to be rude to sit there and disregard what someone is saying because you don't choose to take it in. And you don't have to take sides by doing it. I do it to my own goddamn kids. Okay, if they call me and I don't want to hear some shit, listen, I instantly got to go use the bathroom. I got to go to the store. I have to do something that's not within that conversation because energy is everything. Okay, now I don't want you to pass that bad juju the fuck over on me, and now I got to sit and be dirty. No, no. If it's not beneficial, I'm sorry. I ain't hanging with drug addicts if I don't use. Let the church stand and say, hey, fucking man. Okay, what I look like hanging out with drug addicts if I don't do drugs? That does not make sense. Unless I'm the drug dealer in the situation. Now, if these are the people that's dealing the mess and just putting it out there, and the other people is the addicts that's serving it, then that's something also. Now, the bad part for me is people let someone that's an adult just like them have that much control over their mental baby. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. We could all be cool with who we cool with. But that don't mean you got to be cool with the shit that they doing. And if you're not cool with the shit that a person is doing, it's only a matter of time where you're no longer going to be able to be cool with them because what they do goes against what you stand for, my friend. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Hey, Shelly Shell. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody is perfect. And everybody got their shit with them. Now that I am willing to take in, right, y'all? We willing to take that part in. But for the shit that we've seen decipher throughout this shit, ain't no explaining it. And if you a woman, and notice I said a woman, because a woman is something different than a little girl. Age does not make you grown. Okay. Age just shows how long your ass been here. It does not mean you had or you got great common sense on your endeavor. You just aged, and that was the fuck it. Because some younger people got more greater sense than some older people I've seen. Okay, so the women in the situation, they already seen what it was from the gate. Like, nah, I respect what you got going on over there, but it's not for me. Period. I respect what you got going on over there. and it's not for me. The reason why I'm able to say I respect what you got going on over there, because if you like it, I love it. What you got going on over there does not affect me either way. So to put my emotions or my personal feelings on what somebody else going on would be displaced. So I respect what you got going on over there, but I cannot be a part of it because I don't stand for the same thing. Now, me, to each their own. I'm always going to give my opinion on what the hell that I choose to give my opinion on, but I'm going to do it respectfully because I will want somebody to do the same for me. Do you understand? I'm not going to get up here and talk shit about another person and don't expect the shit to come back my way. That's why when people be talking about the back blocks, the back streets, the back panel, anything in the back, I don't want no fucking parts of that because I'm a straightforward type of fucking person. If I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it where everybody knows I'm saying it, which is front and fucking center. Anytime something is done behind somebody's back, it's because it's some snake shit with that. Now, I'm not talking about the friendships that may have been built offline or from line or whatever, because whatever people choose to talk about in their free time is their goddamn business. But if you're using your free time to still talk about the shit that you was talking about online, and now your online is also your offline, that's a problem. Ain't that much back blocking in the fucking world. Because if you giving this much attention to this world, how much of your attention are you actually giving to your real world? And I've heard some of the things that people got going on in their real world. And I'm not saying that I'm no different because I'm not no hypocrite. I just came on here and told everybody the other day for 8 months, 8.5 months, I lived in a hotel room with my children. My videos was being made from a closet. So don't ever judge anybody's book from the cover. So when you sitting up here and you think that you on a panel next to your strong friend, there's a lot of people that's pretending to be strong that's really not. That's really not. It's a lot of people on these panels that need to heal, that need to heal from things that none of the people on this social media site can give them. If it's not knowledge, you already in a mess. Why would you want to place yourself in more mess? Make that make sense. Hey, JB, that's right. Let them know. Get them likes up. Hit that like button. That's right. Tay is definitely in the building, hitting the ceiling. We came not to play. We didn't come to play because it's a real thing. And when you see so many women suffering, because that's what I see, it's not even funny at this point. People are mirroring themselves. And instead of now conflicting pain on themselves, they're taking the pain that they have within themselves and inflicting it on everyone else around them. A person that's not getting loved on, a person that don't know what love is, a person that has not had loving is not going to know how to show love, my friend. They're only going to know how to give what they've been given. And if they've been given mistreatment, then that's all they know how to serve. Can I get a plate? Can somebody pass somebody one of Tay plates? Because I'm definitely serving food this morning. I am giving out free plates this morning. If you can, I would like if you hit that like button, that share. If you have not become a subscriber, please become a subscriber. If you're not a member, please become a member. If you choose or if you can hit that cash app, I would definitely appreciate that. Today is my baby's birthday. Anything and everything would be worth it. But yes, there's a lot of unhealed people interacting with more unhealed people. Some of the tragic stories that I've heard come through some of the people, just a little bit, and it wasn't even on topic. It's just the narrative that other people put out to hurt these people. Like, wait a minute. How you using that as a shot? That's something that should be used for a doctor's couch, a therapist, a hug, and a kiss. People have really lost family members, not due to this shit, but in this shit. People really fucking hurting. And it's bad when a person can get every smiling face ain't a smiling face, bro. Every smiling face is not a smiling face. Don't let that shit fool you. Believe none of what you hear and only half of what the fuck you see. We see people demising right in front of us, baby. Crash and burn. People are in full blown turmoil. Okay? I don't give a fuck what video you came up here to do. I don't give a fuck what panel you sat on with how many people. If you hurting, you hurting. And to sit there and push that shit underneath a rug does not make it better. Because every time you encounter a situation, that hurt is going to come out. And it's going to be displaced. And that's what we call displaced anger. Do you know how many women is killing their children these days over displaced anger? You know how many children is killing their parents these days over displaced anger? You know how many domestic violence situations are going on as we speak due to the factors of displaced anger? Do you know how many people are full-blown drug addicts due to the factors of displaced anger? We living in a day and time when people are just trying to make themselves numb to the bullshit. And you cannot become numb if you have not healed first. Everything is going to be a trigger. Everything is going to be a trigger. And if you don't know how to deal with your triggers, if you don't know how to handle your triggers, some people still don't know what they triggers actually are. So to be in situations like this could possibly be the jump off the damn cliff. This could be too much of a reminder of what you should be getting away from, because nothing in this situation thus far, other than us getting to see it play out, okay, in 4K, has been positive. And what was supposed to come from this was some lessons, because a lot of us have stood in these same people's shoes. We just wasn't the ones to come online and tell our story. We got a couple of liars. You think Brianna is the only liar in the world? No. There's a couple of liars out here. That's why they have the word liar and they have the word liars. When you put an S, that means it comes in groups. There's more than one. Hey, listen, y'all, I'm sorry if I am not speaking as y'all coming in the chat. No disrespect. Tay, see you. Hey, Mabel. You know the comments be passing, but I definitely came to give a lesson, because we got people, right, using other people's insecurities to hurt them. Now, you could be the person to make a person hang the fuck up and say, this is it. I would never want to be the person to have that on my conscience. If you can look and see a person is fucked up, then I'm pretty sure that person is looking and seeing them same fuck ups. So when another person calls out the same fuck ups you see within yourself, do you know how traumatic and how much of an ending that can be? Nobody never warns you when they're going to commit, suicide at all. Okay, it does not come with the warning. If anybody ever calls you and go, "Hey, I'm going to take myself out," they lying. That would be me. I'm too fucking soft. All right, I've thought about it, but when it comes down to the term, the same shit that I'm possibly trying to use to take myself out, I'm going to be running from. Tay's a pussy. It's meant for me to be here. Now I talk to God on a regular basis, like, Lord, lighten the load. You're coming in strong. You understand? But at the end of the day, when you talking about all the listen, the wrong shit that's wrong with a person that they possibly see within themselves, that could be the ending, baby. So when people fucking fat and you calling them fat, they sitting in that fucking fat. You don't think they know they fat? A person could have done everything that they could have to lose the fucking weight, and it just won't fucking go. But that seems to be the first thing that a person will go for. Okay? If you see a person that their eyes might be a little bit far fucking apart, and you the person to point out, "Hey girl, yeah, you know that bitch eyes a little far apart. They about 7, 8 inches. You know your shit about to be, you're supposed to be 4 or 5. That bitch shit got to be about 11, 12, a foot in between. You know what I mean?" And that person already feel that they eyes is blocks the fucking part, and you sitting there and you pointing that negative part out. And now you could possibly be the person that caused that person to take their last fucking breath. Can you handle that? We have to learn how to straighten people the fuck out without cutting them the fuck down. Nobody's better than nobody. Yes, listen, Tay got food stamps. Tay's got Section 8. Tay has been in the fucking shelter with her kids. Tay has been in unhealthy relationships. Tay has been through the good, the bad, and the ugly with my oldest ones, just trying to get them to understand that people in life ain't shit. You got to be who you are in the thick of it. Like when people come and act like they life started off great, it's always been great. That's some fake ass shit. You had to come from somewhere to get somewhere. Where the fuck you came from? That's my thing. I came from over there, but I'm trying to get the fuck over there. I'm not going to stand here and make it seem like I always been where the fuck I'm at. No, I'm not going to do that. If you talk to me on Monday, I might got a pocket the fucking full. If you talk to me on Thursday, I might be trying to figure some shit out. I'm not doing nothing on this social media panel for clout for nobody. Stop living through the eyes of others. I don't give a fuck what somebody else got. It ain't mine. It ain't mine. If you ain't gonna tell me how to get it, then what? Ain't nothing, no benefit in it for me. Why am I worried about it? I don't give a fuck if the next bitch is fat. I ain't got to worry about carrying that fat around. I can see my cootie, baby. But if she can't, then I pray for her on that. Because that's something that people really fucking deal with. Just like people is fat, nigga. I wanted a bigger ass all my life. You think I really wanted my back pockets to be touching while my cousin's booties was plumping? Like, wait, we eating all the fucking, we eating the same food. We at the same table. Why your ass look like that and my ass look like this? Does that mean I'm fucking broken? No, that just means we are different. And everybody is meant to be different. Period. 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 Nobody's meant to be the fucking same. Listen, I say it every day. If everybody's going left, Tay is going right. If everybody is going right, Tay spinning that bitch and going back left. I don't ever want to be a part of a group that, and damn sure a part of a group that don't even know who the fuck they is yet, and people that live their life through breaking other people the fuck down. Okay, if I did not tell y'all I was doing my videos from a closet for 8.5 months, would y'all have known that? If I did not tell y'all that I was in my apartment sleeping on the fucking floor, would y'all have known that? But the point of that is, if you can't be real with yourself first, how the fuck you ever gonna be real with somebody else? It don't work that way. You don't wake up one day fake and the next day you instantly real. No, 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 baby. No, no, no. When I went down to that food stamp office, it was because me and my kids needed to eat, not because I gave a fuck about what anybody else think. When I needed a place to live, I did not think about what the next person did to get what they get. I knew I had to get my shit. And however I was going to do it, I was going to do it. And nigga, I did it. So I don't care about their person's opinion, shit anybody has to say, because my story will be my fucking story. Period, baby. And people have to start accepting their story. Listen, if I got a bald spot, my edges is out. Okay, fuck it. I'm Tay with the missing edges. Fuck you mean? I'm Tay with the missing edges. Fuck you mean? What? What? Who gonna tell me something? You gonna buy me some ointment? You gonna keep these shits greased? Otherwise, why the fuck are you talking to me? A lot of people say, and they be trying to be funny in the comments. Tay, your glasses is so big, real big, real big, big, big. Okay. And if you want to be honest, these bitches is big, and I think my eyes is still broken because I still can't fucking see. But if I'm going to spend the money I spend, glasses ain't fucking cheap. Anybody that wear glasses know I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Glasses is not cheap. So if I was going to spend the amount of money I spent on these Gucci's, baby, not only was I going to be able to see, but everybody else was going to be able to see these bitches too. Do you feel me? Yes, yes, and yes. The hell? The hell? You right about that. That's why I love you. You keep it 100. I sure can't keep it 96, 97, or 98, because then Tay couldn't be who she is to be great. I can never be fake. I gotta be who I am and comfortable in my own shoes. Okay? Because I can't wear nobody else's. I can't wear nobody else's. So I have to be comfortable in mine. And I'm willing to sit in my own shit so I can handle it. That way, when people ever bring it back to me, I done dealt with it. It's no effect from it. Oh, yeah, you could tell me about some ass I gave up at 18. Yeah, I did that. That was me. Mm-hmm. Possibly it was. I probably did that. That probably was me. Yep. I'm not fucking denying the person that I am. It made me who I am. So why the fuck am I gonna go through all of this work to grow into a different person, but don't accept what came with making me different? Hello. So I can accept the good, but I can't accept the bad that pushed me to the good in the first place, because all situations don't start from a good situations. Some situations come out of traumatic ones, because if some situations never happen, other situations never will. Why you think nobody lasts or lives forever? So you mean you would just have a bunch of motherfuckers just sitting up here, never dying, just everybody just unlimited, just nobody, nothing never changed. No new generations. No, no. Shit gotta change. Shit is not supposed to ever stay the same. Period. And if you stay the same, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, and I'm going to pray for you because everyday life changes. And I'm not saying that you have to change with the changes, but you have to accommodate yourself to the changes that are occurring. So that way you can be okay. Because if you're not okay, then nothing else is okay. I'm the matriarch in my situation. So if I fall, everything is a fail. Now, is that extra stress on my shoulders? No, that's a blessing. I was passed the torch to keep things running, and that's what I'm going to do. My job is to make things different from the generation before. Like, let's just be real. The generation before me, I was born in 79. So I would be classified as an 80s baby. Do you know what the fuck was going on in the 80s? Crack. Okay. It was either you was a drug dealer or a crackhead. So I was born to both. My daddy was a drug dealer and my mama was a crackhead. I loved them both. My relationship with both of them was great at some point, but I still have a plate. You don't ever know somebody's story. Okay. So where I am today, I will always be grateful for because I may be the person that breaks the generational curses for same things. Make it make sense. If I was not comfortable or in and how can I say excited about what my childhood was. I didn't have a bad childhood. I said my daddy was a drug dealer. And even though my mother was a crackhead, she was a cool one. I don't give a fuck. I knew who the fuck she was, and I wouldn't have wanted to know anything different. I need to know where the fuck I came from so I can know where the hell I'm going. So can't nobody tell me no fraudulent ass story. I know what my story is. And I'm the one that's going to put the rest of the pieces. Where I started ain't gotta be where I finish. My story started with my parents because that's where I was created. Now, where I end up, that's going to be fully on me. I can't blame my parents for my road that I decided while I was grown. That's just placing blame. Because if I didn't like it, why would I turn out the same? Why would I turn out the same? Things you don't like, you don't do. Things you don't like, you don't do. Things you, yes, glasses are very expensive. And people would never know that. I ain't never know that until I actually had to start paying for them on my own. Because when my daddy used to buy them, at the end of the day, I would lose them, break them, and that it never made a difference. It was just, oh, okay. But now that I'm grown and on my own, when you paying for shit on your own, you use it differently. Like you start finding yourself yelling at the kids about shit that you used to do when you was a kid. Like put the top back on my goddamn toothpaste. Why you gotta squeeze all that goddamn toothpaste out? And your ass ain't that big. Why you gotta use all my goddamn tissue? Cause I swear, I think my kids be eating fucking tissue. Cause ain't no way near one of them asses is big that they use at least a roll a day. Like, no, we gonna have to stop. But yeah, real is real. And in order to heal, you have to accept who the fuck you are. When my teeth started hurting me, I had to accept the fact I was gonna have to go to the dentist and get them bitches pulled out and get fucking dentures. Yes, I have motherfucking dentures. I can take these bitches out, sit them up on the motherfucking dresser, but I ain't got to never worry about another toothache a day in my life. When you don't like something, you change it. I ain't like them teeth hurting my motherfucking mouth. I pulled each and every one of them out. I found an alternative for me to still baby be able to eat, baby, and I am happy. Now, if I up my money a little bit more, I'll be able to get me some implants for sure. But in the meantime, in the in between time, I'm pretty fine with my denture line. Who telling me anything? No fucking body. No fucking body. I told myself something, bitch. Which one you want? A hurting ass mouth or some plastic teeth? I'll take the plastic teeth for 500 pack. Thank you. Thank no cavities. That's right. Not a one. Not a one. If they start getting a little loose, I go and get me some more glues. That's about it. But I ain't got to be smiling up in nobody's face with nobody with no nasty shit. And I'm proud of it. I did not like something. I changed it because them accesses, okay, and them pains had me feeling like I was ready to run in the wall and take myself the fuck out. Because listen, the pain was unbearable. So if I could just knock myself out to stop it, then that would be cool. So I got tired of going to get them bitches knocked out, taped out one by one, giving me morphine, pain pills, my lip big, my jaw big. Listen, lips swollen, face swollen. I don't know. My throat can't eat. So at the end of the day, instead of getting them taken out one by one, I made the overall decision. Everything must go. Tay had a everything must go sell. You must go. You must go. You little bitch in the corner with the Sharpie on you. You got to go. All my wisdom teeth was already gone. Okay, that's it. Good morning, Latte in chat. Keep letting them know because you're checking a lot of people right now. I'm so glad that you and your children are doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings right to you. Because sometimes people got to realize, okay? And this is what I needed to realize. And I don't know if y'all been hearing me say it and mind you, I've been kind of consistent. Tay has done a live every day. But I'm going to say this to you, my friends, okay? It's not always about receiving the blessing. Sometimes you are the blessing yourself. You don't have to receive something that you already are. And I had to realize who and what it is that I am. I already know that I can bring my presence to the table. So why not bring my presence to the table for other people to know? Like, listen, you're not alone. It's heavy out here. It gets real. We have our good times, but people have had their share of bad times too. And most times people do the cover up on the bad times, boo boo, but you can't cover up the bad times. You actually have to get through them. Because if you don't get through them, you will constantly pursue them. You will deal and go through the same things over and over again. Nobody will ever be able to deal with me the same way again. I don't give a damn how much love I got for them, like where we at in life. It does not matter because as soon as something don't make me feel good, that's it. That's it. I'm not in the business of telling nobody how to treat me. If you see I treat myself good, then you should treat me good too. And that be the thing. People treat people bad because they see that they treat themselves bad already. If you treating yourself bad, how can you say anything about anybody else treating you bad? And you could say, well, I am me and what I do to me. That's fucked up if you think that way. Because that means you would be willing to do something to yourself you wouldn't even want nobody else to do. Do you hear how that sounds? That means you would be willing to do something to yourself or treat yourself a certain type of way, but wouldn't want somebody else. The problem starts with you. You have to love you. You have to figure you out. You have to accept you for who you are. If this is where I am accepting myself from here so I can appreciate when I get over there. If I never acknowledge my here, when I get there, what am I going to appreciate? What? I'm not going to appreciate anything. Like getting those teeth pulled out my mouth, I was able to appreciate these goddamn dentures. Okay? Appreciation. If I did not never get them funky ass teeth out my funky ass mouth, I would have still been dealing with that funky ass pain. But I made a change, right? I dealt with it. I didn't just take a whole bunch of pain pills and hope that the pain subsides and oh, I'll just deal with it the next time. No, I don't want to deal with it the next time. I don't want to deal with it ever again. So I'm going to deal with it now so I don't have to deal with the shit again later. Period. Hey, Lisa, I have a flexible partial on my bottom. Girl, and, and I bet you it ain't got no pain. I bet you it ain't got no pain. I'll take a flexible bottom over some painful teeth any day, baby. Any day. But the point is, look in your mirror and don't look at the person once you put the costume on, because we all put a costume on every goddamn day. The clothes you wear, a costume. If you wear makeup, costume. If you got on jewelry, costume. Your hair got on a wig, costume. I mean, bare ass look at yourself in that mirror and be able to accept who you are. That's a fight in a lot of people's life. Because if they pretending to be somebody else, where's the accepting ever going to come in? Because a lot of people really don't like themselves. A lot of people really don't like themselves at all. 1,500 out of pocket. Yeah, Lisa, them teeth is expensive, just like these glasses. Glasses and teeth is expensive. Yes, they said you need these bitches. Okay, they gonna cost you. They gonna cost you. Show enough, gonna cost you, and they doggone cost. Serious, because if you got a partial and they costed 1,500, just imagine a whole plate. Right, just imagine a whole plate. But that's what I came here to say today. That's what my message is basically about. Like being able to accept who you are so you can accept where you is and try to get further on where it is that you're going. Stop placing yourself around people, places, and things that you know ain't shit. And then once the shit starts smelling, you talk about how you smelt it before it was even dealt. That doesn't make you smart. That makes you stupid. That don't make you smart. That make you stupid. If I know a person is about to start shooting and I stand around and get shot, who fault is that if I had a chance to get the fuck out of there before the shots even rang out? That would be on me. What did I stay there for? What was my purpose? What did I want to stand around and see? I must have wanted to get shot if I'm standing in the middle of a shooting, because ain't nothing gonna come out of that but fire. That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing gonna come out of a shootout but shots. So unless you waiting for shots to be fired, why are you there? I'm trying to be where the air is clear. Okay, we all have a job. Well, I have a job. That's what I come to do. And that's what it is that I do. I give my opinion, I content, I give my creations, whatever. But some people don't use this as a job. Some people use this as an outlet to get through whatever the fuck it is that they going through that ain't good. And instead of using it for positive purposes, they're bringing their negativity and just spreading it. I almost died because the infection, yes, and the wisdom tooth was sitting on my temples. Listen, when I tell you I wanted to run into the wall, so when I know all of how you feel. One of my teeth, imagine being 5.5 months pregnant and can't even get no painkiller or no type of anesthesia, and they have to wiggle this tooth out of your mouth with nothing. And I was willing to accept that pain if me taking that pain was going to mean I was going to have pain no more. He was pulling the tooth, I was pulling the bed. He was pulling the tooth, I was pulling the bed. But when that tooth came out, when I tell you the best relief ever, 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 I would not wish a toothache on my worst enemy. Okay, that shit will make you feel like you need to go to the goddamn crazy building ASAP. ASAP. Free Lisa. Yes, please, free Lisa. Because, girl, that's not regular pain. That's pain. That's pain. Now, what people need to be doing out here is focusing on a bigger and a better picture. See, I was saying that I wanted to do the panel with Tiff to do the wellness check thing, because to have a place to check in on your wellness or with other ladies that you know that is in the process of trying to become well or want to actually be in the process of healing, or women that has actually healed and can tell their healing process to other women. Even it doesn't matter what it's about or what it was about. The Lone Ranger, thank you for becoming a member. I truly appreciate that. Listen, you never know the strength that you can get when you feel in your weakest of times by placing yourself around something and involve yourself in things where people understand where you at. People be afraid to talk to people because, listen, a person to be afraid to tell a motherfucker that they broke. Because they feel people gonna look like, wait, people don't get broke in 2024 no more. That's not a thing. Like, we don't pay bills, we don't got kids to feed, we don't got things that pop up that's emergencies. Um, things happen. Things definitely happen. So when people living on this persona that everything is just fruit trees and fucking flowers, you're lying. You're lying. Okay? Because at the end of the month, when there's no more steak and chicken, my kids might be eating some motherfucking oodles and noodles. They not hungry. They got something to eat, but it ain't what we was eating in the beginning of the month when mommy personally had or possibly had more money. Let's be real. So when people able to be real with themselves, they have a better outcome. I rather deal with women that done dealt with some fucked up shit and traveled through it and got out of it. And now they could give me some understanding on how to get to the other side. And I'm not just talking about a fucked up relationship. No, people go through other things in life that ain't got nothing to do with pussy or dick. People really be going through some shit. And it don't got nothing to always do with another human. Like, sometimes you could just be unhappy within self. You could feel that you have not made it to certain points that you wanted to make it to within certain aspects of your or certain points in your life. And you could be down on yourself for that. A person could be depressed just trying to figure out what they doing next. It was hard for me to take the switch over because I'm gonna be honest. YouTube pays one time a month, boo boo. One time a month. So when you beautiful supporters send cash apps and stuff, I don't understand how other people don't appreciate that, because that's like a star tip. Like you're getting a tip before you get paid. That's an accolade. That's an extra. Do you understand? If you got to wait till one time within the month to be able to get paid, anything that somebody decides to do for you outside of that within that month, that would be considered as an extra. So I don't understand where people go, I don't care about that shit. I do. That's how I feed my kids, boo. You mean to tell me the supporters ain't never sent you something, and that's the way you did something in your house that you was not able to do? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, because I am very appreciative. Okay, if I need it, I'm not going to make you say no. I don't give a fuck if nobody got unlimited funds on this bitch. Ain't no way they could ever say they did not need it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what job you got, what house you live in, what car you got. None of that degree does not matter. Okay, does not matter. Thank you, Lisa. Does not matter. Okay. Because anything that's an extra can be an extra. Now, the bullshit, we don't need no extra that. Okay. But even in goddamn church, at some point in time, they send around the goddamn tipping pan. So you can give your tithes to either the church or the reverend, because it's not even about the messenger. It's about the message. The messenger is just bringing you the message. Okay. The message is what you actually wanted to receive. Now, who's to say me being on this panel today was not the message that somebody needed to receive, baby? And if they were not here, where would they have got it from this loud and this clear? You never know where you're going to be when you get a message, baby. Don't ever judge the messenger. It's always about the message. I may just be the body for the voice to come through. Maybe God has been trying to speak to you and didn't have another way to get through to you. So he decided to come through me to be able to be that voice that you could hear, because he figured that if you, even if you're not in a space to be able to listen to him, maybe you will hear me. And if hearing me will help you in any type of way, then I have been my blessing for the day, because I may receive blessings, but I ultimately would rather be a blessing, because to see someone get through the things that I've gone through, that makes me feel great, because I know what it is to be within that space. I know what it is to feel to give up. I know what it feels to not believe in yourself. I know what it feels to not know what tomorrow may bring. I also know the other side of things, because I was not born or brought up broke. We're not going to put that narrative. But when you're broken, it has nothing to do with money. If you're mentally broken on the inside, then those is the pieces that need to be fixed, because that's not something that you can pay for, baby. Why do you think all of these girls out here getting all these fucking BBLs and correctional surgeries before their bodies even grow into what they supposed to be? And it's all due to insecurities. If you don't know who you are, how you know who you about to become? I thank you for your kind words, Latte. I appreciate you, girl. You know I love me some you, Lisa. You know I love me some you. Dead serious. People will shoot themselves down before they even know what's listen. You don't know what's next. You don't never know what's next. You can't beat yourself up from where you at. You have to be willing to take that leap of faith. Who knew today, any day, whatever day, I would have, what it say, 126 people on a live listening to me. I've had people listening to me on my live. Well, a portion of my life because I got kids. So I tell them things to do. But even at the time of having my older kids, I didn't even know what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing. That don't mean it was the right thing to do. I had my first baby. I got pregnant at 15, had my first child at 16. So I was predominantly or basically a baby having a goddamn baby. I was still in high school. Did I finish? Absolutely. Thank God. But did I have a plan? What plan is it to being fucking grown? And I wasn't actually even being grown to tell you the truth. I was actually touched as a fucking kid. So I just wanted to see what it felt like to give my virginity away on my own without somebody taking it from me or violating. To be able to make a decision for me. You see how it feels when somebody snatched the decision away from you? I never knew what that choice would be like. So for me to make the choice and end up pregnant at an early age, it just seemed like I became a statistic. But I was not a statistic. I was a victim. A lot of times people look at young girls that get pregnant and be like, yeah, she fast or this, that, and the third. You don't know people's story. You never know people's story. Some girls are promiscuous because they feel like, listen, I'd rather be the person giving it away than somebody taking it from me. How about that? Or some little girls seem fast because they're forced to be grown. And we're not going to make it seem like little girls is the only ones that get touched because boys do too. And then imagine for the boys, it's even a little worse because if they decide to tell somebody that makes them gay. Little nigga, shut up. You supposed to want somebody touching on your little dick or whatever. You know, like at the end of the day, a violation is a violation. And a lot of people have been violated through whatever situation it has been, right? So when you see a smiling face, don't always think that that face is smiling. And I see some people that smiling faces, but really going through things. And I'm a person that been through things, so I can notice some things. But I'm also a person that can nurture other things because I can relate. Do you understand? So me, like I said, I had my kids at a very young age. I didn't have it all together. I made it. I made a couple of mistakes. The parent that I'm possibly to my younger four kids don't mean that that was the same parent I was to my oldest two kids. Why? Because they were growing with me. I used to raise me, which was my stepmother. But if you ask me, the bitch was jealous of me from the beginning to the end. And her son was the one that was doing the goddamn touching. So when you stuck in a situation where you not look, you listen, love, you don't know what that is. But the little bit of love that you have, you not trying to lose it. So you trying to at least stay kept in a certain space, in a certain place, so you feel like you can be okay. And you will be like it conditions you to do that. But no, that's not okay. And you do not condition yourself to stay in a space where you're not okay just to feel okay. You get the fuck away and you make changes in your life, baby. And the changes that I'm making as an adult is the changes that I didn't know to make when I was a child raising my children, which was the first set. So now that I am where I am and I know where I'm trying to get, I can give them a different mind preset. Because if my mind is fucked up, what am I going to put out into the world other than fucked up shit? Even what I'm producing is going to have some fucked upness in it. I can't tell my kids how to deal with their emotions if I have not learned how to deal with mine. It don't work that way. What you gonna tell your kid? Oh, you don't act like that. You ain't supposed to act like that. And in their mind, they thinking, bitch, you do. This is how you get angry. Or when you get mad, you don't worry about your emotions, but you gonna tell me I can't act like that. You can't tell your kids something that they see you not being. The worst thing you would ever want to become to your kids is a hypocrite. A hypocrite. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Your kids is the realest people on your team because they going to be honest with you even when you don't want them to be. Sometimes, most times, our kids will come out of somewhere, nowhere, and just say some shit we was not even expected. But it was something that needed to be said. It's just the mouth that it came out of where people will say that is fresh. But you got to remember, it's not about the messenger. It's fully about the message. And if a child had to be the one to give you the message as an adult, you don't think you should take it? If a child can call you out as an adult, that's some shit that you got to fix and quick because your child is already showing you signs that they feeling like you full of shit. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Especially in a time now where mental illness is at an all-time high. Now, let's talk about that also. Because it's mental illness and it's just people that's out here that's straight fucked up and they use mental illness as a cover. There is people that has been diagnosed, people that has not gone to be diagnosed, but actually need to be diagnosed. But there's people out here running around with self-diagnosis as well, and ain't shit wrong with them other than the fact that they fucked up. I can accept when, listen, Miss Telling the Truth, boss lady. I like your handle. Good morning. Sometimes you got to be able to say when you fucked up. Most people don't like to admit when they fucked up. It's called accountability. People don't like taking accountability for certain things, nothing, no time. People apologize like, I'm sorry, but if you didn't, what the fuck you mean you sorry, but? Sorry, but I didn't know that was a thing. I thought when you apologize to somebody, you just apologize. And there's no but or nothing that's supposed to come after. And that's why we seen a lot of these apologies that took place even in this rat race, if that's what you want to call it, wasn't worth shit because it came with a false narrative. I can't apologize because that's what everybody else is doing. I gotta apologize because that's what the fuck I feel that I should be doing, and that's what I'm accountable for. I can't apologize for something I'm not taking accountability for because then that's a false apology. And I can't give nobody a false apology. A person will be mad at me because I'm not saying sorry for shit I ain't sorry for. And I'm not apologizing for shit I don't apologize for. And being sorry and apologizing is two different things. When you are sorry, not saying that you a sorry person, but you deeply feel bad for what it is that you've done. When you apologize, that's more of a modern day like my bad. Like a my bad. Like I apologize. It wasn't all that. I'm sorry is when you know you really fucked up and you want to be forgiven with no extra shit in it. But if you go to somebody with a sorry but, that's just what the fuck you are. A sorry but. You a sorry but person. A sorry ass person. Okay? Because only sorry ass people cannot take accountability for their actions. That's why so many people was able to resonate with Brianna throughout this saga because she reminded them of themselves. It's not that they was defending Robert. That's why now it's coming at that none of them actually liked it Robert in the first place. They just seen themselves within Brianna. And that's what it was that they was able to relate to. So whatever place was going to place them in something that they was able to relate to, that's the space that they was going to fall in. And that's what happened. You didn't have to like a person. Nobody never said that you did, but you was able to relate to one of the people in the situation, and that's why you was able to formulate the way that you did. Period. If you didn't relate in no type of way, you would not have stayed. I don't give a fuck who anybody is. We all got timelines within our YouTube. Let's just be real now, mind you. This shit started not even on YouTube. It made its way to YouTube. Some people that didn't even have YouTube accounts made YouTube accounts just to be able to keep up with what the fuck was going on with the situation, right? Now, if you didn't relate to the situation in no type of way, it wouldn't have been something that you kept up with, because we all got timelines that we skip shit every goddamn day. Things that don't hold your attention, you're not going to watch. Simple as that. So if we all got here, even if it was for different reasons, one agreed with this person, one agreed with this person. Maybe it was because you a person that was in a situation yourself and you seen some familiarities in the situation that you could relate to, and that's where your stance came in at. But it was relatable some type of way. Some people just tried to make it seem that they related on one end and it was fully on the other. They tried to make it seem like they related because they felt bad because a person was being lied on, when in all reality, they just related to the person that was the or that is the liar, because they liars too. They act the same way that she do. So that's where people become relatable. I'm going to sit here and I may talk about, but a lot of people, you got to remember, they started out on one side and came on the other. Now, if Tay is not going to be a hypocrite, let's talk about it, okay? I made a video when the situation first popped off, because I used to watch them on Facebook. Okay. And then my daughter seen it on TikTok and sent me the video at like 12 something, 1 in the morning. I've told this story before, right? So I put the story out there on the factors because the way that it was put out there to be perceived. And that's why I say, hey, Nina, that's why I say don't judge a book by its cover, because a lot of us just seen this young, pretty girl crying, basically saying that this older guy that she's with has violated her in some type of way. And if you a woman or a human or anybody that has a fucking heart, you don't like or would not want to see anybody get mistreated or taken advantage of, right? So then 9 times out of 10, you played the part of Captain Save-A-Ho, meaning you ran behind the female that you seen crying, bewildered, and supposedly hurting, right? But once your common sense kicked in, right? Common sense, something that you born with, but not at something everybody uses. Hey, Mary, if you started to use your common sense throughout the thick of it, you started to realize that everything was not what it seemed. And it could be possible that this young, pretty girl that's doing all of this crying could possibly be lying. And that's what it came to see, and that's what we saw. But let's talk about these sheep, these wolves in sheep clothing. They're liars too. There's a lot of liars over here on this side, boo boo. And the reason why, okay, they named it the cool kid, but I ain't nobody fucking kid. I'm a grown ass woman. That's number one, right? But that just showed you that people felt where it was cool to be. Hey, Lynette, that just shows you where people thought it was cool to be. and what it was cool to be a part of, to the point people gave it a title. I ain't never seen. Shalom, Mashawn. How you doing, girl? Hopefully you in great energy, spirits, and feeling awesome today. Nobody that came over here I seen came with a message. They came over here with the wretched. Okay. If you've been beat and you saying that you came over here on this side of the street because you feel a certain type of way about DV, why we don't hear you talk about DV? Why we don't hear you spreading the word? Even when I do domestic violence videos, Tay gives out numbers for women to call to be able to get to safety. I will even give it out as I'm speaking to you guys right now. 1-800-621-HOPE. Excuse me. That is the Safe Horizon hotline. If you are not safe and you are trying to get out from a situation that you are currently in, it does not matter whether you are man or woman. Okay, get to a place of safety and call that number. And it does not matter if you have money, clothing, ID, a place to stay. None of that matters to them. The only thing that matters is your safety. Okay? Anything else they will make sure they get for you later on down the line. If you have children, just get your children to safety, call the number, and the first question that they will ask you is, are you safe? Can you talk? 1-800-621-HOPE, the Safe Horizon hotline for anyone that is dealt with, or know someone that is dealing with domestic violence in any type of way. Man, woman, or child, pass the information. That's the way it's supposed to go. And if a lot of these women was up here because they know or came from that road, some people even lost people in this situation due to domestic violence. And I don't see how they panel did not stand on those things. If you came here to bring your voice, what message did you come to bring? What outlet did you open for the people that could still be possibly suffering? Yes, awesome message and live. Positive vibes only. That's right, Brittany. Positive vibes only. Because being negative ain't gonna help me figure out how I'm gonna get to my next big bang. You feel what I mean? And my next big bang could be me just opening my eyes tomorrow and having life, baby. You gotta appreciate the little things so the big things could be smashing, if you know what I mean. I sit here, people come on this line and on this YouTube and they pocket watch and they view watch and they sub watch what another person got going on. My blessings is not in that. What's for me will always be for me. The way a person chooses to bless Tay, I will always appreciate. I don't give a damn if you send me $1, if you liked my video, if you shared, or if you just subscribed, became whatever it is that you chose to do to be a blessing to me. Tay appreciate, baby, because I came to be a blessing to you as well. And if I can do that with my voice, then that's the choice I'm going to choose to make. I'm tired of seeing people fall by the wayside. I'm tired of seeing people hurting and other people laughing at they pain. Ain't no funny in that. If you know that somebody is already hurt and you throwing their pain in their face, what does that make you? What does that make you? Like, there's no value in relationships no more. There's no value in relationships no more. That's why it's so easy for people to kill people out here these days. And I'm talking about value in all relationships, friendships, fuckships, marriage-ships, boyfriendships, courtships. Like, Ships, any type, friendships are not valued no more. You could be thinking that you and somebody is so close, and one little thing will happen, and you'll hear this person say some things about you that you would never in a million years would have thought that even if you heard these things, it would be coming from this person. And sometimes, most times, that's where the hurt overall comes in at. Because it's most times not what's said, it's who is said by. Because I'm a grown woman. Well, we all gonna own some shit, right? Let's talk about it. All of us done fucked. Some like sucking dick. Some don't like sucking dick. We all done had a dick. We got some kids. Some got several kids. Some got one kid, two kids. Some fuck with their kids. Some don't fuck with their kids. But we all relate to the factors of we supposed to be grown. Ain't no fake shit supposed to be going on. If you are who you are, then be who you is. I'd rather accept you for who you is than who I think you are. Hey Tiff, I'd rather accept you for who you is than who the fuck I think you are. Just because my mother was a crackhead, does that mean that I was gonna grow up and be a crackhead too? No. Just because my daddy was a drug dealer, does that mean that I was going to grow up and be a drug dealer too? No. Just because, just because, right? I seen something different for me. Who would I have been failing if I didn't go for it other than me? My parents is who the fuck they was and who they chose to be. I'm not running no guilt trip talking about I am who I am because of who they was. That's a motherfucking lie. When I was a child and I wasn't able to make decisions for myself, then yeah, I can use that as a raft. Now, am I going to say some of the things that I've been through in life? It's hurt me traumatically, and getting over some things is hard as shit. Hell the fuck to the yeah. 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 But if I don't fight for me, who is? If I don't fight for me, who is? If you don't fight for you, who is? Hey, Miss Judy, if you don't fight for you, who is? Look in that mirror and accept who the fuck you is and appreciate it. I don't give a damn if your cock eye, knock eye, edges missing, one lash, no lash, your eyebrows don't grow back. Whatever you got going on with you, accept it. So that way you don't have to neglect it. Once you deal with something, you're able to move on. Healing is never going to be an easy process. You hear the word process, it lets you know there's going to be a process in there for you to get to the next process. Do you understand? But once you start processing and you start putting the work in, and you see how good the healing gives a feeling, you're going to want to continue to do the dealing. I'd rather do the dealing so I can get to the healing, so I can have that good feeling over and over and over again. I don't like the way it feels to just sweep shit under a rug. It feels like I'm suffocating. We're not going to do that. Hey, sweet ma. Oh my God. Kisses, baby. I hope mommy's doing a lot better. I hope she's doing a lot better. I was about to steal that pizza off that video girl because that pizza was looking good. Halal pizza, they don't know about that. No, but yes, my thing is, when you great, be great for you. Don't try to be great for everybody else. Trying to be great for everybody else is already a fail. Accept who you are, accept what you come with, and move on from there. Because at the end of the day, once people can make you feel a certain way about who you are, you already fucked up. A boss has to be a boss, meaning a boss can't come in and allow the employees to run his company. Is the employees helping the boss company work? Yes. Yes. Can the boss take advice from the employees? Yes, of course, because the employees work there too. So their opinion is definitely valuable. But the boss has to always remember that they're the boss and they're the one that's going to, at the end, make the overall decisions. And if you are able, or if someone is able to be able to come in and make you second guess yourself, then that's playing with your mental wealth. And mental health is mental wealth. Okay, because if you're not mentally healthy, ain't no way you're going to be mentally wealthy. You're just trying to make it, to keep it going, to get by. And sometimes just getting by is not a good thing, because then you're falling by the wayside, and all of the potential that you know that you do have, you're wasting, and you're throwing it to the wayside because you're second guessing yourself. And I have done it. I have done it. So I know it's a thing. It's fucked up when other people, but when you second guess yourself, that's the biggest thing. Like, say you'll make a decision on something, and the whole time you sitting there trying to figure out, do you think you made the right decision? Damn, was that the right decision to make? Shit, did I handle that the right way? Damn, did I do? Should I have went about it that way? Huh. And it becomes frustrating. You have to believe in yourself. Nothing you do is never a fail. Nothing, you can't fail at shit as long as you tried it. Now, not to put the effort in where you know you have the effort. Now, that's some failing shit because you're just lazy. Okay, lazy, and that's something different. That's a whole nother topic, because we all procrastinate in spaces where we could be great. Okay, it's days when I know I'm supposed to be getting up and I'm supposed to do some shit that I put off for tomorrow that I knew I was supposed to do for today. Lazy, right? But what I'm saying is, if you know that you have the potential, rock that shit. If you a person that vibrate off energy, God gave all of us our own alarm system. Okay? If something don't feel right and your stomach starts feeling a certain funny type of way, butterflies, that's your alarm system letting you know. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. And anytime we go against our alarm systems, okay, we wind up kicking ourselves in the ass. Your alarm system is to protect you. That's like your carbon monoxide detector going off in your house screaming, carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide. And your ass sit there and go, oh, well, I don't see no carbon monoxide. So maybe I shouldn't, And then your ass end up dead, right? Because you didn't choose to listen to what the hell you knew was right. So when yourself tell yourself some shit, yourself ain't steering yourself wrong. If your instincts tell you something about another person that you don't have no reason to feel that way about a person, for no it's a reason. Your spirit is picking up on a person's energy, even if you don't know why. It's a reason. Something with that person's energy is not rubbing your energy the right way. And even though you may not know what it is at that moment, your alarm system is still telling you, don't touch. It's hot. Don't touch. It's hot. Hey, Sissy. TC in the building. When your alarm system tell you don't mess with something, you better listen to it. Anytime, I guarantee you, everybody, if this has been you, drop an I in the comments. Tay stays saying drop an I. If you've ever been dealing with somebody and your alarm system, your self-security system went off. Your stomach started ringing butterflies about this person, and you don't know why. Like maybe the person hadn't even did nothing as of yet to make you feel the way that you feel, but it's just something about them. And when you go against your gut, tell me how that turned out. Was it good or bad? Or did you wind up saying, I told myself so? I knew it was going to turn out like this. I went against my better judgment of what I thought and still fucked with it or fucked with a person, period, right? And it turned out the way that I knew that it would. You always better believe what your gut say. Your gut, like I said, God put our own personal alarm systems in us. Good morning, Terry. Well, almost afternoon now. Listen, if you don't listen to your alarm system, what you gonna listen to? Hey, Denise, what you gonna listen to? Right, JB? Tell them. If you don't listen to your own alarm system, how you gonna listen to somebody else? People will be willing to listen to somebody else before they be willing to listen to their own self. And I'm gonna tell you what's an example of that. You ever did something and still had to get somebody else's opinion of it to see what you felt? I've been guilty of this. Now, I'm not going to say I overall took the opinion or the advice that the person gave me at the end anyway, but the factors of second guessing myself is where the problem came in at from the beginning. Because I can understand me showing somebody something and being like, yo, this, you see this, such and such and such. But asking somebody, hey, what you think about this? Or how you think about, that right there. If I'm not willing to handle the information, hey, April, if I'm not able to handle the information or the feedback, pump your brakes with Troy. Hey, if I'm not able to handle the feedback that a person was given, why did I ask? If a person tell me, no, that's some bullshit, that shit is terrible, would I be able to accept that? But I put myself out there for that because I asked for their opinion. Okay. I just did, yes. So now with their opinion, if I was second guessing myself, if they gave me some old fucked up type of feedback, now I'm really second guessing myself now because everybody does not give good advice with great intentions. Okay? Sometimes people don't want to see shit working for you that's not able to work for them. Like I said yesterday, sometimes people will hate you just because they ain't you. You ain't even got to do nothing to a person and they won't like you and you don't even know goddamn why. Why? Why? I appreciate all the cash apps that you guys are sending. I have not said anything because I'm on my phone on StreamYard, and we all know if I pull that flat down, okay, it's going to disconnect me from my live, baby. And I'd rather look at that after and talk to y'all now. But the appreciation is definitely appreciated. Right. So if you're not willing to accept the criticism of others, don't put yourself out there. And even if you are, sometimes you shouldn't because everybody don't got good intentions for you. Everybody is not giving you advice on the factors of good advice. Sometimes it's giving you advice just for you to guess yourself more than what the fuck you are now because they never believed in you in the first place. So regardless to whether you asking them or what you asking them, they don't really give a fuck how it turns out for you anyway, because it's no benefit to them. Now, when people feel like you doing something to benefit them, oh, you're gonna get great advice all the time. But I'm also quick to tell a person, right? This is my number one line. Let me see you make it work first. Let me see you make it work first. Cause if you able to do and tell me some shit that you think gonna get me rich quick, why you need to borrow $20? If you know how to get me rich quick, me, you got a plan for me. You got advice for me. But you need to borrow $20? Make it make sense, girl. Because if you could tell me and you got so many great ideas for me, why you don't use none of this stuff for yourself to put yourself in a better situation? Now I know it's good because sometimes remember I said the thing about the message and the messenger. But if the messenger is coming to you all kind of fucked up, then the message is going to be relayed all type of fucked up. So I don't need no fucked up messenger trying to bring me some old fucked up message. Excuse my mouth. But sometimes you got to put the cusses in there. That be like the seasoning tin. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to put the seasoning tin. Hey, Reed, just dropping in to support on the move right now. We'll watch the replay. Love is love. I appreciate you the long way and the short way. Thank you, and thank you. For real. Those people, you got to be careful. Because you know, there's a lot of people that wish they had, there's a lot of I wish I had your life as people out here. And even though people say they don't give a fuck about you, don't care about you, oh, I don't pay that bitch no attention. Yes, they do. Trust me. That's why when it's a conversation had about you, they willing to listen to. Okay. Okay. Y'all caught that? Y'all caught that. Long as y'all caught that, okay. Because when people feel a certain way about you and they just ain't saying it, they going to be listening too because the same views the other people have, they have too. They just not the people that's saying it. They just the ones sitting around listening to it, which is just as fucked up. Which is fucked up. Because see, there's an old way that I don't know if people still, I'm old school, okay? Old school, proud of it. Still call people Mr. and ma'am. Still respect my elders. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. That's how I speak. Whatever. I'm old school, right? Very much old school. So when you got people that walk like a duck, quack like a duck, most times that's a goddamn duck. That's a duck. That's a duck. So when people out here showing face, acting a certain type of way, it's not an act. That is really them. That is really them. That is really them. I'm trying to read some of the comments now. Let's see. Hey, Felicia. Hey, pump your brakes. No, seriously. You have to be careful. All right. I'm not going to listen to some information about my friend that I don't want to hear about my friend. And if people know that me and my friend is a certain type of cool, they gonna know not to even come to me with a certain type of shit or tone about my friend. Because that's the type of shit that get people beat the fuck up. Let's be honest. Because talking to me is gonna be like talking to my friend. So I'm confused. So if you didn't want to get a certain type of outcome, but that's because people don't be having real friendships and people know who to go to because who would be comfortable with sitting around listening to bullshit about other motherfuckers, right? Right? So if I'm cool with TC or if I'm cool with Get Rid of the Duds or Felicia Clark, right? Why would I sit in a group behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, on the side of the building, wherever the fuck the conversation is chosen to or choose to be had, right? Why would I put myself in a conversation like that and still call these ladies my friends? A friend ain't gonna sit and listen to some bullshit about their friend. Hmm. Can't talk about my friends to me because you're going to wind up beat the fuck up and disappointed. And those people made those other people feel comfortable enough to come and talk about the ladies that they did because somewhere in there they felt the same way that they did. Because energy is everything. And if I give you the energy that you can't fuck with my friend and you can't fuck with me, you're going to know that you can't come and talk about my friend to me. But if I'm not giving off the loyalty to my friend, then you gonna know that you could fit up in there some type of way. Humble me hype afternoon, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Cause you're not gonna people only do what the fuck they allow. A person is only gonna do what you allow. So if you allow a person to come to you and talk about people, that's what they're going to do. They're going to come to you to talk about other people. But if they know that you a person that's not with that, hey Carolina girl, if they know that you're not a person that's with the shits, then they not gonna even try it. That's like kids when they younger. When you tell your friend to ask your mother something because you know she gonna tell your ass no. And then you still wind up getting cursed out by your mother by telling your friend to ask her in the first fucking place because why you played in my face? Why you play in my face? Why would you tell somebody to ask me some shit? Because you knew I was gonna say no. It's the same way you got to deal with these grown people. It's the same shit. That's the same way they handle things, and that's the same way they handle themselves. Period. Point blank. And if y'all have not noticed it, then I don't know what it's gonna take for people to see. Ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty, baby. I don't give a damn. Even if me and TC did not see eye to eye today or tomorrow, another bitch bet not never, not never feel that she can be comfortable enough to come and say anything about TC to me. Not Tay, baby. No, because you're going to get disappointed. And don't ever think because you see people going through something that that's your right time to even insert yourself. Because I'm still the person that will disappoint you because loyalty is everything. I don't give a fuck if I'm not fucking with my friend. You ain't either, bitch. How about that? And then, if anything, the only thing me and my friend will speak of is how I had to cut your ass the fuck down because you thought you was about to play with me. I ain't even gonna tell my friend about what the fuck you said because that's not important. People be quick to pass a message, pass some money. Instead of passing messages, pass some goddamn money on. Some money. Pass some money. Instead of passing people business, pass some goddamn money. Fuck out of here. Ain't no grown people just gonna sit around and talk about other grown people that got some real grown people shit going on. I'm trying to figure out, well, listen, how can I finalize this LLC? How can I get to go? How can I get the proper paperwork to go into this bank to get this loan that I need so I can sufficiently get the loan to start the business that I'm trying to start, baby? If we're not talking about those type of things in groups or the it don't what you cooking tonight? Is it a Taco Tuesday? Week meal Wednesday? Let me know. Okay, that's where we going. What we doing? What's over there? That's what me and my friend, that's what me and the ladies that I want to be hanging around is going to be talking about. If I'm around somebody and I see them talking about somebody too motherfucking much, you it ain't gonna happen. Do you want to hear something funny? This is on my life. And TC is in the comments right goddamn now. And if I'm lying, may I fall a breath right goddamn now. Me and TC was out and about, right? We was at the casino, right? We had a 2-second conversation about the factors of, and it was only on some free Robert. That was the only joke that she made because that's what Tay says. You know, that's Tay thing or whatever. But do you think I met TC offline to still talk about the shit that we talk about online? Or was I going to use that time to invest to getting to know her as a person? If I was going to talk to her offline about the same shit that we talk about online, it was no need to me. We could have just kept it concrete conversation online, social media. But if I met that lady offline, right, it was for a reason. The reason was building relationships with people and loyalty outside of what it is that you have to create a bigger circle of positivity. Okay? If I go to Atlanta, I got the super fan. I'm going to check my goddamn sisters. Hey, y'all, I'm here. If the super fans see anybody come to New York, they already know Tay is here. It's creating different lines where you don't have lines at, making bigger circles. The fuck? Only thing we talked about is how that goddamn machine, that slot machine, was taking our goddamn money. Like, sis, it's kicking your ass too. Yeah, this machine kicking my ass. It ain't trying to spit out shit. Yeah, we gonna have to move. Maybe if we go from over here to over there. We was trying to figure out why the fuck the casino didn't have a smoking section. Like, why we ain't got no smoking section? The hell? You think we was in our time, on our own time, off of line? Like, hey, girl, did you see what happened to Robert today? Did you see what so and so said on their panel today? Girl, did you see what happened over here today? I was so excited to meet TC, I forgot my goddamn weeds. Let's talk about that. And Tay don't go nowhere without her wings. Okay. Okay. Now y'all know. All right. But that was the only thing we was trying to figure out. Why they was taking our money so bad and why the fucking casino didn't have a smoking section, because it was cold the fuck outside. And yes, we was outside grown people time. It wasn't afternoon 1, 2, 3 in the noontime. No, it was more like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning time. So yeah, that's what it was hitting for. But look at the circle that I created. Look at the beautiful person that I met. I could never say who she is if I didn't actually get to see who she really is to be, came to be. And that's why I think that I have a connection when it comes to Sweet Mom, because she's a person that rocks off of energy. I rock off of energy. Listen, energy is everything. Okay. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Energy is everything. Okay. Good, bad, indifferent. Okay. If you feel something, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. Energy is everything. And the energy you place yourself around, your energy, if you're a person that rock off of energy, your energy gonna let you know. Why you think anybody that placed themselves around Sweet Ma when they wasn't for the right shit, she couldn't, her energy just couldn't accept it. Her energy just did not. That's right, discernment. People need to learn how to have discernment. You are absolutely right. That's why I don't deal with a lot of women as friends, because they are secretly in competition in their own heads. That part. And if you know yourself, then you know you ain't in competition with nobody but the better self that you're trying to create. Never another human being. Only the person that you're choosing to be. That's the only person that you will ever be in competition with. Once you sort out to be in competition with another human, you already lost. You already lost. That's already a loss. It's definitely already a loss. But that's why all of these people that tried to get next to Sweet Ma and failed, it was a loss. Because when you don't do things for the right things, and ain't nobody saying that anybody is perfect, okay? But um great common sense takes you a long ways. And you might not feel like I'm right about the way I feel today, but something made me feel that way. So I'm going to stand on my feeling, so that no, that way I know I didn't allow myself to lead me astray. Now, if somebody else led me astray, that's something different. Because what you don't know, you can't control, right? But to lead yourself astray is a whole different thing, because once you know, you know. Okay. And even if you don't know exactly what it is, like people that have dreams, there's people that have dreams where they actually see things in their dreams, right? Now, even though the dream is telling you what the dream is telling you, you still have to figure out the pieces and the people that actually plays the part in the dream. The dream is actually only giving you the scene of how things is going to play out. It's up to you to figure out who is going to play out with and who it involves. And that's just like the same thing with life when you're up. Don't see no, that's right. That's right. So having discernment, like they said, yes, discernment was definitely a thing. Be your own, there we go, be your own competition. Level up from whatever position that you are currently in. Right. If I was getting food stamps in 1994, you think I still want to be getting food stamps in 2024? Do you think people like change is everything? I don't give a damn about who I was. It's who I'm becoming to be. And I believe in all of me. Let's shout it out on that. How Tiff say, shout it out. Right. Let's shout it out for positivity. You have to believe that you are that shit, regardless to what shit you've been through, baby. That shit did not break you. That shit made you. So it could prepare you for the things that you needed to get to. Because now, once you dealt with that shit back there, you ain't going to have to deal with that shit straight up ahead. You done made your bed. Now it's time for you to lay in that bitch comfortably. It ain't always about a negative state or a negative saying when somebody go, oh, you made your bed. Now you better lie in it. Shit, don't you make your bed every day when you leave home? Some people do, some people don't. I do. I think it's a fear factor thing because I got yelled at the shit. I got yelled at about the shit so much when I don't leave my goddamn house with that bed unmade. Listen. I think sometime I would just sleep on top of the cover just so I ain't have to make up the bed before I left. I would just pull the goddamn covers, pull the points out on the corners, crease them back out. That is that. But making your bed and lying in it doesn't have to always be a bad thing, because ain't your bed the most comfortable place in your house, baby? Ain't that where you go to sleep at night? Ain't that where you can't wait to get to at some point in the day? Is your bed? So if I'm going to make a bed, I'm going to make a comfortable ass bed. So I have no problem with making a bed and lying in it. Okay? Okay. Okay. Dante, you just read my last few days. I needed to hear a lot of this. And that is what these panels should be for. A lot of what people need to hear. I don't need to hear nobody else calling nobody. I got a couple of people in mind that I could call some bitches of my own, but I ain't come for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to, how can I say, stretch my horizon, grow bigger than I ever thought I could. Let people hear my voice that I never thought would. Put myself in a place to be great. I only want to place myself around positivity because I only want that to be poured into me. I am in the process of healing. I never said that I was fully healed. Every day I still learn a new way. But as long as I'm learning, that means I have not given up. Don't ever give up. Okay? If that milk spill, pour your ass another cup. Okay, chin up, shoulder, chin up, soldier, chest out. We got this. No matter what it may be, if we got to get it together, let's get it together, baby. If I got to be the voice to lead us through, then I push the door open, y'all come running through. Period. 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 Right, Tim. Shout out. Hey, open book. Afternoon, baby. You see open book. You see your girl Tay was up dropping videos at 6:30 this morning. Don't play with your girl now. Don't play with her. But it was just so I could come and give this message that I'm giving right here. Accept who you is so people can't tell you who the hell you are. And if you place yourself in, so if you place yourself in shit, you definitely going to come out shitty. Not only are you going to come out shitty, you're going to stink like shit. So if you keep going around shitty people, you're going to keep coming around others smelling shitty. And just because these people over here is not stepping in shit, don't mean that they want you to bring your shit to them. Keep your stinking shit over there where your shitty ass was at. Don't take little pieces of patches of shit and place them here, here and over there. No, go rub your foot off on a fucking bush and leave that shit elsewhere because we don't want none of that. We don't want none of that. We don't want none of that. I need those stamps. I am in a bind, Nate. They need to go back and reevaluate to see. Yes. Listen, that's what I'm saying. People sit there and try to make people feel bad for where the fuck they at. You never know. Somebody that got food stamps could be that same somebody that sent the cash app to your nappy ass. Even though they got food stamps and get assistance, they still was able to assist your ass in some type of way. Don't ever downplay nobody, baby. The way you wake up ain't got to be the way you go to sleep. Trust me of that. The way you wake up do not have to be the way you go to sleep. That's what I'm saying, please. That's right. Shitty booty ass. That's right, TC. Listen, April, yes, please food stamp me. Food stamp me now. I'll even go back to the browns and the blues and the purples too. Okay. What I won't do for a $5 food stamp right now. Okay. Give me a $7 book, two browns and a purple, baby. Don't make me think I'm balling because I got me a $10 food stamp. That was before the EBT. I told you I am old school, baby. That's when the pantry used to give out a whole block of cheese. Okay, like in the brown carton, like how they have at the store. Okay, that's when you used to buy Chinese food with food stamps. Okay, they fucked the Chinese restaurants up once they made EBT. All right, then it was no more goddamn hot chicken wings for me. At least not on food stamps. You had to pay for them shits with cash now. They ain't give the Chinese restaurant no machines. What they need a machine for? You ain't selling nothing in here but rat. Nothing in here but rat. And I don't give a damn. Yeah, I like the way they rat taste. I'll go in there and get me some spare rib tips, some chicken wings, some French fries, some crab sticks. Yes. See, that's why I say, see, Tay, y'all don't be listening to me. See, it's different when you know some shit and you decide, right? But when you don't know, that's something different. Now, if I know they sell rat in a Chinese restaurant and I still go in there and choose to eat Chinese food, then I know I possibly may be eating a rat at some point in time. That is my choice, right? But the funny part is when they did let you buy food, I mean Chinese food with food stamps, what? That's when you knew it was lit that night. What my grandmother used to be like, go down in that Chinese restaurant and get 4 trays of 4 chicken wings with pork fried rice. Wait, we getting meat in the rice tonight too, Grandma? Oh shit, it's a good night. Grandma got her food stamps. Ooh. Grandma got her food stamps. Ooh. Said grandma got her food stamps. Ooh, we eating Chinese food tonight. And we were so hyped as kids because see, eating outside food, that was a luxury. People cooked back then. How you think we knew about hog mogs and goddamn chitterlings and pig ears and tails and everything else? Because it didn't matter what grandma or mama had to cook, they was going to cook. Nigga, even if they had just gravy oil to cook, they was gonna cook that oil. They was gonna turn that grease into goddamn gravy. And you was going to like it. Some salts and some peppers, a little flour, add a half a cup or maybe a whole cup of water, stir that bitch, put some onions in it, pour that shit over white rice. You got fucking dinner for 2 nights. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Oxtails, talk about it. Talk about it. Listen, Carol, if they say I eat that shit, I'm sorry. They be seasoning that rat just right. Okay, then I put my little duck sauce and my little soy sauce on my little rat, and I'm content. I don't listen. Get me a little Chinese tea, cause them Chinese teas and them Chinese Kool-Aids be hitting different. I'm sorry. So right, know what you know. But long as you go in knowing what you know, then it's a different feeling than fucking with shit that you don't. Can I get an amen? And that's how it is dealing with certain people, places, and things. When you know who you dealing with, you could accept it a little bit better than thinking you dealing with some type of person and it's something that's totally different. Something totally different. It's 12:30. Today, my baby birthday, y'all. So you know, Tay got to get it together. It's the middle of the week. We're gonna celebrate today, but we also gonna celebrate again on Friday, being that that is the weekend. But okay, imagine telling a kid that their birthday is Wednesday and you're gonna celebrate it on Friday. They're going to be looking at you like, so even though we're going to do the majority of something on Friday, I still want to try to pull some strings to try to, surprise him to do something today because he really don't think that he's doing much today, being that it's a school day, which he doesn't know. I already pulled some strings to make because my baby said he wanted a bike and he wanted a P5. Now, I'm going to just be honest with y'all because Latte don't tell no lies. I was able to pull the bike, but I was not able to pull the P5. I wasn't. It just wasn't going to happen right now. I don't have the funds right now to be able to make that happen. So I'm going to try to do what I can do. And hopefully by the end of the week, I am able to make that happen too. But one thing that I am appreciative of, and I thank the man up above. My kids really don't ask for much, and they're very appreciative. If a Zim came home from school and not only gave him a balloon, My baby would make it seem like that was the greatest balloon that ever was given to man. And he wouldn't say anything about anything else. And that's the best part of it. Because when you have kids that appreciate what they get instead of feel like they entitled, okay, because my boy gets excellent grades. He's a student, full A student, and he actually did a turnaround because my baby has an IEP. And listen, this I'm going to say for parents that may be dealing with a child that may misbehave in school or something to those natural effects, and you may not figure or understand why. Sometimes kids be needing to be evaluated and actually get an IEP, because everybody is not all about being, back in the days when we was growing up, it was, oh, special education and this, that, and the third. No, some kids actually need help in areas where some don't, which is normal because that's with all of us, right? But if you never get evaluated to know what's your strong points and your weak points, then you're made to sit into a classroom full of people and maybe or possibly be made fun of for things that you don't even know that you have trouble with, if that makes sense. A lot of times kids misbehave in class because they don't want to be embarrassed. A child will be the class clown when it comes down to a teacher asking them a question, just because they don't want to deal with the embarrassment of getting the answer wrong in front of the whole class. So they'll do something to distract away from the attention being on them in that type of light, far as for the answer. They'll rather the attention be on them for the negative light and people laughing at that versus laughing at them for something that they feel that they don't know. Because nobody ever wants to feel or look dumb in front of a group of people. And that's how this society has grown to make people feel. Everybody is less than everybody else. Nobody really pulls anyone forward. So if you don't know what I know, then that means that you're less than me, when it shouldn't never be that way. And that's why I'm happy that now they deal with the IEPs the way that they do. There's some kids that still need full services, but for those that just need some services, maybe like ELA. Some people need OT, like speech and occupational. It's different kids, different situations, different outcomes. But sometimes you have to check into your children's behavior to see what could be bringing that out of them. Because sometimes you just don't have a child that don't listen, or sometimes you don't have a child that just don't get it. It's something that's stopping it. And the faster that you're able to acknowledge it, the faster you would be able to help your child. I don't give a damn if I did have to put my kid in special ed. I'm doing it for the help of my child, not for what people think. And a lot of people will not get their services that their kids need because they worrying about what their peers think of them. They put their kids in all type of fly clothes, and you'll see them eating all the flyest or the latest foods, but can't goddamn calculate what's 2 plus 2 and be 11 years goddamn old. That's not good. That's not good at all, because you're making your child live off of a facade rather than live off of common sense. Now, when you're older and they get older and now they have to be out there on their own, now you wonder why you got so many loose cannons out here, because they don't have the knowledge. They didn't get the knowledge, nor do they have the knowledge to give. So all they have is the negative. And now you got people out here in these streets causing nothing but havoc. Havoc. Check in on your kids. If they need help, don't be embarrassed about getting your kids the help that they goddamn need. I would be embarrassed as a parent if I knew that my child needed the help and wasn't willing to get them the help because of what another person thought. Now That's embarrassment. But I'ma just be honest. There's a lot of parents out here that had IEPs that should have got evaluated them goddamn selves and didn't because they parents didn't know how to deal with the situations. Back in the 80s, if a motherfucker wasn't in special ed, most times it was just so the parent could get an SSI check. The child wasn't even actually getting the help. Everybody had a family member that was getting SSI. Don't play with me. And that cousin was running around playing with you, doing everything that you was doing. And you was trying to figure out, well, listen, how was you getting this check? And it's because you don't judge a book by the cover. The ones that seem normal, the fuck ain't. And the ones that you think ain't normal, the fuck is. The ones that play cray cray ain't. The ones that play cray cray, they really ain't. Trust me. If a person tell you they crazy, they ain't crazy. Because a crazy motherfucker ain't gonna never admit to being crazy. Period. Period, point blank. They gonna think you talking some crazy shit. No, because I ain't crazy and be crazy as a fucking fruit fly. That's right, sweet ma. That's right. Like for what? Like what? Thank you, Angel. Listen, I see you in there. I'm going through the comments now. A lot of parents should get help so that way they'll be able to help their kids. Help you so you can help them. Okay? I'm not ashamed to say it. All right? My kids help me with a lot of shit that I don't know because they're learning things differently these days and they're learning it at a faster pace. They're rushing our kids to be older if you don't notice that. They really are. But anyway, I said what I said to say. Some days my kids can bring homework home from school and I be sitting there dumb as fuck like, well, this is the answer. And my daughter like, no, my teacher said you don't do it like that. And listen, this is the answer. And she's like, no, my teacher said you don't do it like that. So if you don't do the work to get to that answer, then that means that the answer is wrong. So I asked my daughter, what's your answer? And then I look at my answer and we got the same answer. But because we did not do the work the same way, that means my answer is wrong. That's the like, what? Well, then you're gonna have to teach me because then Denim, he's younger than Moon. Okay, he's 9. And sometimes he bring home homework. I don't understand. I will be on, listen, I'll be on Google and I ain't gonna lie, because Tay is honest. I be cheating like a motherfucker. It'd be like, did you know? No, I didn't. No, I did not know. But now that I do, shit, I guess you learn something new at every big ass age that you is now. Yes, you can. You very much can. Latte, I'm dealing with that now. My daughter, she makes straight A's, but having behavioral problem. Thanks for the advice. Can you explain the IEP? Yes, some kids, but you said she a straight A student. That's good. But sometimes a IEP with the IEP that also tackles onto their behavior because some kids have anxiety. Some kids deal with situations to where they can't be in rooms with crowds of people or around certain persons without acting out. It's a real thing. So when you have a chance, make sure you go on Google and you type in IEP and you go down the list and you see which one suits your kid or which one you feel actually is closest to the problems that you feel like your daughter is having. And sometimes it can be the environment. It don't even got to be the IEP, people, places, and things. I can't be the greater me if I'm sitting in something that's shitty. I'm gonna come out shitty too. So if I'm sitting in shit, I'm fighting to be great, but I'm still gonna come out smelling. You feel me? And that's definitely what it be. Environment, peer pressure is a lot. You got things that, or parents that's not instilling the same things that you're instilling into your kids. You got kids that's re-raising your kids when they go into school because they're not getting the parenting at home that your child is getting. So they automatically making your child feel that, listen, well, shit, I don't got that type of authority. You should be doing this and you should be doing that. And that's where the behavioral problems go in, because then they see their friends is doing it. It be a cycle at all. You said that right. Some kids don't do well socially. They they be as academically, like in them books. What? But far as socially, no. And that's why I said people, places, and things. It could be what your child is around. It doesn't even have to do with anything far as the educational stance at all. Because the grades is good. If the grades is good and the behavioral is bad, then it's something that she's around or something that's going on that is the outer situation. Children with IEPs are in conclusion classes. Yes, they don't separate them no more. And that's what I love. They don't say, that's what I was going. They do not separate them anymore. They make them feel apart. No longer, oh, well, you going in section in special ed in a 15-to-1 class where it's only about 8 or 9 students in this class, and now they're labeled. And that's why a lot of parents didn't want to put their kids into those type of programs or even get them evaluated. But no, they don't have that no more. Now they have it to where your child can stay within a regular class and still get the help that they need. Like my child, he's able to get more time on his tests. You understand? He gets overwhelmed easily. And once a Zim gets overwhelmed, he shuts down. It's the shut down factor, because once he shuts down, then it's harder to get him restarted, because now you know, but them putting him around his peers and not making him feel like he was standing out, it ultimately started making him do, or he's doing a lot better. A lot better. My child went from getting 55s and 65s to being a straight A student for the last 3 years. The last 3 years. And I mean, it was some nights that I would be, listen, it's right here. Why are you not getting it? You not paying attention in class. You go to school all day and you not, it wasn't the right road to travel. Because if this child is in school all day and they still not getting it, something is something. Something is something. So Tay had to figure out what the something was. And once I did, total different outcome. Total different outcome. Period. Well, y'all, I gotta go start getting prepared for Zim's birthday because he'll be here soon. I already been on. Oh my God, it's about to be almost 1 o'clock, y'all. I really outdid myself, but when I come and talk to y'all, it's always a good time. And if I can be the messenger that brings the message, then I came to bring a word today. If nobody told you today, you know what Tay is going to say. I love each and every one of you, baby. If you did not hit that like button when you came in, make sure you hit the like button when you leaving. Make sure you share, share, share. If you are not a subscriber, please become a subscriber, friend. Please become a subscriber, friend. If you would like to become a member, I definitely offer memberships, but I'm gonna be honest, that's also just a form of support, because I rarely just post stuff in my members only stuff. So I wouldn't want people to think that that's what I do, because I don't. I don't. I'll get better with that. See how honesty is the best policy. My Cash App is definitely going across the screen. If you would like to donate anything, please feel free to do so. But anyway, until then, remember you are the shit, okay? And your girl Tay is out. It's been lovely, y'all. Have a blessed day. Don't let nobody ruin it. If we woke up this morning, any and everything is an extra.